Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Buckeye fans of all ages, the Ohio Podcast proudly brings to you the Buckeye Lounge. I'm your host, the Shock Star Sean Shock. With me, as always, my partner in crime, the Wolverine Slayer herself, PG. And today we have a very special guest, a Buckeye legend, Mr. Daniel Boom Herron. Daniel, thank you for coming on. Welcome to the show.
Thank you guys for having me. Glad to be here, and let's talk about whatever, man. I'm excited about this.
Hey, there's a lot of younger fans that watch our show, so we like to educate them on former players if they, weren't old enough to watch you play. But give everybody kind of a rundown the years you were at Ohio State and how you became a Buckeye.
Okay, so for the people that don't know, I'm from Warren, Ohio. It's a little small town, probably about 45 minutes from Cleveland. We're right next to Youngstown, Akron area, Northeast Ohio. Went to Warren G. Harding High School. Tom McDaniels was my head coach. We had a lot of rich history from our high school. A lot of guys from my high school went to Ohio State. Guys went to Michigan, Michigan State, Penn State. We even got a guy right now, Chaz Coleman. He's playing for Penn State right now. Myself, Marius Claret, Corey Stringer, Paul Warfield, just a bunch of guys. So my whole thing was I came out of Warren Harding my 2007 was my senior year. I committed to Ohio State my junior year, um, and it was probably the best decision I ever made in my life. I always try to tell kids who are from Ohio, if you have the opportunity to go to Ohio State, go. I mean, it's way bigger than just football. It's way bigger than just being able to put the scarlet and gray on. I mean, just the relationships and the connections that you'll build while you're there. Being from Ohio, if you go there, take care of business. You win a lot of football games. Granted, you win a national championship, man. People in Ohio will love you forever. And I think that's just always a great thing about our fan base is that we have the best fan base. They could be hard on us, which is understandable because they want to see our team win. But the whole thing, with me going to Ohio State, I always wanted to play in the Big Ten. Like I said, growing up watching a lot of older guys, my brother David Herron, who he played at Michigan State, and I came up. Me and Mario Manningham, he ended up going to Michigan. We played for the same. We went to the same elementary school, middle school, and high school. Um, it was kind of like a no-brainer for me to go to Ohio State. Obviously, I had a lot of offers, a lot of opportunities to go to a lot of different schools. But when Coach Jim Tressel came and he met my family, he made us comfortable. Another guy from Ohio, a lot of rich history, and just a great man. Not just a great coach, but somebody that I knew I could learn a lot from. Not just on the field, but off the field. I know I just said
Was
a
there a
lot. I'm
second
sorry.
team that you? Oh, was there a second team that you almost considered? Was there another? When you're going through recruiting, was it close ever, or was it always Ohio State?
um, so I'll be honest with you. We had a history of a lot of guys going to Michigan. So of course, I gave them a little attention, but when it all came down to it, I knew I made the right decision by going to Ohio State. I could honestly say it was junior day at Michigan, and it was like all the top juniors were there, and I'm there for the camp, and I did a great job. So at the time, Lloyd Card was the head coach, and I met with him after. and he tells me that they like me a lot. They're looking at a couple other guys. Um, they were watching my first three games, and they would make a decision from there. So, obviously, I was expecting to get an offer that day, but it didn't happen that way. So the following weekend, it was the same thing at Ohio State. Um, Almost the same group of guys. It was the top players around. Um, we were there for the camp, and I did a great job. I didn't get the chance to talk to Tress after, but as we were driving back home from the camp, they had texted me and let me know that I had got a full scholarship. And man, we almost we almost wrecked the car because it was such exciting news. Um, a big. It was just big time. Anytime you're a kid from Ohio, regardless if you're a Ohio State fan or not, when you get that offer from Ohio State, it's just like big time, and it felt like you made it. And it was funny because Ohio State offered me that Saturday. On Monday, Michigan had called and they had offered me as well. So it was one of those things where it was like, nah, you guys kind of told me how you felt about me, and and then after going on my official visit and coming around campus and being around the team, at that time that was the year that we went to the national championship with Troy Smith and all those guys, and they had Antonio Pittman. Beanie Wells was a young freshman, and he was doing his thing, man. And it was just like the love was just so crazy, and the connections were so real because a lot of the guys, the top guys from Ohio, you know, they committed to Ohio State. You play for Ohio State, man. So it was just a blessing, to be honest with you, to have the opportunity to get a scholarship from Ohio State, to play for Ohio State, to have a great career at Ohio State, man. It was dream come true.
I'm gonna ask, did you feel any pressure to follow in the footsteps of other great Ohio State running backs when you came?
I mean, obviously, I knew the rich history of the running back position at Ohio State, and I knew, obviously being from Ohio as well. Like I said, um, the footsteps of almost coming behind Maurice Claret, even though he was 5 years older than me, but coming from the same high school, kind of just like, all right. So then you got guys like Antonio Pittman. So all these guys are from like not too far from where I'm from. So I've been, watching them, and they set the standard. So it was like, I knew when I got there, like I knew what I had to do, And so of course I felt the pressure, and it was just one of those things where it's like, you get there, you lock in, you listen to Coach Tress, he gonna put you in the right position, and when your time comes, you just make the plays.
Yeah, could you tell us what it felt like your first time running out of the tunnel in of the horseshoe?
Oh man. So I'll tell you the first time, just even being on a visit and you coming out of that tunnel. I'll talk about that first. As a recruit, you come out the tunnel, it's 110,000 people, and it's just like it's so big time that it's like you feel numb. You feel numb when you're walking out of there, and then you feel the love. The crowd is going crazy. The team is good. It's just all love. And then when you actually get your opportunity to put the uniform on and you're running out the tunnel, and now it's your time, speechless, speechless.
Awesome. How'd it feel as a player?
Ah, great. I mean, just another numb, speechless feeling. I mean, um, when you're look, I'll say this: it is good when you're winning and you're taking care of business. Now, when you're not winning and you're not taking care of business, it can get ugly around there, as we all know. Hey,
Mhm.
listen, I'm on that side of of the field now where it's like I'm a fan now. So when they're doing great, oh yeah, we're cheering. But when things aren't going so well, oh man, we're tough. We're a tough fan base, man. We're a tough fan base, which is how it should be because our expectations are so high that we expect greatness. We expect to win every game. We expect to dominate games. You know what I'm saying? So even we're Ohio State fans. We're never satisfied.
Well, the standard's so high, we don't, they just don't accept losing. I mean, it's just to
Nah,
the
we
point where
don't.
there's been 2 losing seasons in the last 50 years. Come on.
Exactly. We're not used to that. So when it happens, it's just like we're blindsided. We're blindsided by that. So yeah, man, it's
Exactly.
yeah, the standards is very high.
Oh, it always will
What
be.
is your most memorable? Yeah, sorry about that, Gigi. What's your most memorable game as a player?
I mean, to be honest with you, um, it was always great when we played that team up north. I had the opportunity to beat those guys 4 times, and every time it just feels like it's rejoice. It's like a relief because it's like the pressure is so it's so much pressure that when you win the game, it's like, oh man, we can finally breathe. Kind of like it's like because obviously that's the most important game every year. So it's like you're building up to it every week. So you're winning. You know what I'm saying? You might take a loss here, but we know at the end of the road, we got to beat that team from up north. So it's like, man, beating those guys is just like it's everything. It's everything.
I mean,
Who
when
would
you
you
think about
say?
it, too, it's actually pretty something when you think about it. Like beating Michigan is something we all want, but it's like I do want to ask you this: what was it like watching Ohio State last year in 2024 after the loss and then going on that road to win the national?
Well, I always say, obviously, I was upset that we lost the game, but man, did it light a fire under you know what, man, and really got the guys going. And I don't want to say that we needed that, but we needed it. Like especially going into and it's crazy because we could have just laid down. I mean, those guys could have just said, you know what, man, we lost to Michigan. Like this, like it's the season's over. Like, but
State.
man, I grant Coach Day for picking those guys back up, getting those guys going. Because honestly, I could honestly say after like soon as the game was over and you seen how they ran on the field and did all that, and then we had some tussling and stuff like that, I'm just like, man, we are broken right now. Like it felt like our team was just shattered, like completely broken. And when we were going to play Tennessee, I can honestly say I did not know. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know how we would um, come back. But the way that they responded was everything that you would want as a Ohio State Buckeye fan. That run was just amazing. I mean, they really locked in. And you can just tell that it was they had to win the national championship because it was like
Hmm.
the feeling that they had after that Michigan game was like basically like losing the national championship because I mean not even so losing a national championship because first off that team wasn't even supposed to be on the same field as us,
Hmm.
you know. And I can honestly say, like, we played down to their level. Like we were trying. It's like we didn't play our game. Like we played their game, and we just like, man. It was almost like they put a curse or something on us, man. It was so weird, man. So
Yeah,
weird.
it was
Seriously.
really a mental block because that's where it always
Yeah.
started with Ryan Day for the past ever since the ever since the first loss, 21, 22, and then like 23, it's like he just has this whole mental block with him. Now, hopefully he got out of it.
Yeah,
That's just where it started.
yeah. And I can honestly say, um, like looking at this team right now, you can just tell like there's something different about this team. Like their focus and desire to win and dominate is just like on point. Like it just seems like, you know, I just feel good about, obviously I don't want to think ahead at all, but I'm always thinking ahead because that's just what that's just the natural feeling. That's just the nature of it.
Oh yeah.
Like I feel like they are so ready to get to that game just so they can prove everybody wrong. Like, and I could just be crazy and being a fan right now, but that's just how I feel. Like, I just feel like they can't wait to get to that game and we play that team.
I think when you talk about Ohio State, when you look at that loss, because Jack Sawyer brought it up that they had a players only meeting and they wanted Ryan Day there, and everybody spoke their piece. The biggest thing that I think helped Ohio State was the fact that Ryan Day not only encouraged the guys, but the leadership itself as well helped encourage this entire team. Like we had a dude of leaders in that locker room, from Jack Sawyer to JT to Caleb Downs to Jeremiah Smith to Will Howard and Trevion and Quinshawn and all those guys. And Ryan Day owning responsibility, saying, "Listen, I set you guys up for failure. I didn't help you win that game. I'm gonna make it right. We got a chance to go after the Natty." And those guys said, "We may have lost the game, but we have a chance to go after the Natty this time, and we can't mess this up this time. This time we got to go
Man,
all the way." And I look at this 2025 team and I say, I think they still have that same mission in mind, where they want to beat Michigan but want to go back to back and when they own that. Like that's the mindset.
yeah, yeah,
And I think, and the other thing I also think too is, I hate saying it sometimes, but there's a time where I think this might be truthful. I think Ryan Day losing to Michigan is what he needed to help him grow as a head coach. That adversity that helped him get over that hump, because we have had a road of dominance for so long. And look, Ryan Day would have beaten him in 20, and he's beaten him in 2019. He would have beat him in 2020. But I feel like
for
those losses
sure.
to Michigan, like, because I feel like we should have won all four of them games. But them losses, that adversity he had to go through, helped him grow as a head coach to a point where he's not just building a program anymore. I look at what he's building, and I'm saying, this guy building an organization now. He's starting to really
Hmm.
figure it out and take that next step. And it's also the next step Ohio State needed too for the program to continue to grow, expand, and evolve. So, as much as we all hate the losses that we had to scum, it might have actually just helped Ohio State get that much better. Which who would have thought that?
You know what? That's a good take, man. And I can I kind of agree with you. Because we dominated them, for so long. My time, Coach Trustle's time or Urban's time, and then we get to this time, it's like,
The
all
early years
right,
we were dominant,
yeah,
but
yeah,
the
yeah,
early years of
yeah,
Ryan
and
Day we were dominant. But then it's just it fell off these last four.
right, 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 and as crazy as it may sound, I gotta agree with you. I feel like it has made us a better team. It's built a bond for our team. It's made our team get closer, work a little harder, and just always stay in your stuff, man. Like never get complacent, never get comfortable, because a team with a quarterback that has nothing going on can come out here and some way somehow pull an upset on you.
Mm-hmm.
Like yeah. So I think it was one of those situations. I agree with you. Like it has helped us for the long run. I'll say that.
Yeah, the long run is what it's helped us for.
Yep.
What I like about this team, though, is these kids told Ryan Day, take all that national championship stuff down, because a lot of these kids didn't. I mean, they got playing time last year, but they're like, we didn't win that. Last year's
Right.
team did. We want our own Natty. So
Right.
they're hungry to prove everybody, hey, we should have been the starters last year. We're just as good as them, and they're not complacent. I mean, you can see that every week when they come out. The defense doesn't want to let anybody score. They're always trying to score like 50 or 60 on the opponent. So
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I feel like that's just the standards. And um, I mean, why not? Why not go out there and put up as many points as you can? Because you know everybody really outside of Ohio State fans and Ohio State media, everybody really hates Ohio State. They really don't like it.
Because they're
I
not
mean, that's not shocking.
Hey, so when we have a game where we only score, you know, 30 some points, 40 points, they're looking at us like, okay, see, I told you guys, they're not that good, they're not that explosive. It's like, no, like, bro, you gotta think. We're getting everybody's best game every week because when you pull that schedule out and the coach sees, oh, we got Ohio State. Oh, let me circle that game.
But
That's
Beal,
just think about it. You have a target on your back every single week. So we literally have to play, if not our best game, like the best that we can because it's like everybody's giving their best shot. Everybody's going to do, they're going to use their trick plays. They're going to use their best plays, their plays that they've been practicing for however long because that's how bad everybody wants to beat Ohio State.
just like that trip play Illinois pulled in the red zone. It was the first red zone touchdown Ohio State ever gave up, and it was like they did not see that coming. Because here's the thing: they knew
Exactly.
you are not running straight up at that Ohio State D line. Because otherwise, I promise you, if they did that, they would have got stopped, and everybody would have been saying Ohio State
all
need
right.
to get tested for steroids. Because
And that's the thing. Like you literally have to be on top of your game. Like every week because guys are going to do stuff like that. They're going to run trick plays. They're going to run fake punts. They're going to run. They're going to do onside kicks. They're going to do all type of crazy stuff just to have the opportunity to make a big play on us.
yeah, I mean,
Crazy.
think about it, Boom. Let me tell you something, Mr. Aaron. I'm telling you, we get that hate because you know we're that good. You know you're good when you get that level of hate, at least for
Yeah.
the right reasons.
Yeah.
Unlike certain people up north, but
Yeah.
you actually
Yeah.
get it for the right reasons. Because think about it, the Ohio State program has been dominant for like 100 years. It's been the only program to never have a down period. And it's the only program to never have an 8-loss season. The closest they had was like 2011, and that's because they lost a bowl game. That was it.
Yeah.
It's because of our
Yeah.
home. I'm not even going to get in that conversation. But when you have that level of dominance, you've been that good for that long, and you like
Yeah.
everybody can see. I mean, think about it, Sean. What is it that we've been hearing from Oregon since they got into the Big Ten that they want a rivalry with Ohio State? Penn State talk about how they believe they're
You
a
gotta
game.
earn that, man.
No, I mean, yeah, no, but you hear what they say,
One
right?
nothing, man.
No, but
Yeah.
that's what
Oh
I'm
yeah.
saying though. Like they want a rivalry with Ohio State. Penn State believes, like for the last set of years that they've been in the Big Ten, that they've been in a rivalry with Ohio State. To be quite fair, it kind of has been, but we've mostly dominated. Like every
Penn
team in the
State.
Big Ten.
Hold on.
No,
Hold on.
no,
Hold
no. I
on.
said in a way it kind of has been because of the tough games, but realistically, they're not really a rival. But they want to be. I can see an argument,
Yeah.
but they're not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and when you look at every other Big Ten team, and it's not even just Big Ten teams, like Big 12, ACC, SEC, for no matter how much they want to brag, what is the one thing they all know? Beating Ohio State means something. And for the media, let's be real, it's like some support Ohio State just because it also gets their fans on their side, but then the ones that hate on Ohio State know it gets them the most media attention as well. So it's like you basically just picking both sides of the coin of which one you want to do.
Right. Right. Right.
And then there are some that are just completely jealous. Like, what was the name of that ESPN guy? Like Mark May, who's the most hated Ohio
Oh,
State
Oh
fan.
yeah.
that guy's an
Man,
He
Because
those
hates Ohio
guys.
State
because he's still
constantly.
so salty about Ohio State beating his alma mater 72-0.
Yeah, it's
Still salty.
crazy. 'Cause a lot of those guys never even step foot on a football field, man, and they have the nerve to want to try to talk football and talk toughness, and man, shut up,
Now,
shut up.
now boom, marching this year's stable backs that we have CJ Donaldson, big bruiser. Yeah, James People kind of looks like a J.K. Dobbins, and you got this young freshman stud, Mr. Bo Jackson. I say watching these guys, how would you say the running game's going right now? Because I I think it should be a lot better than what we're doing right now, in my opinion. But you're back watching them. What would you grade the running game right now?
Obviously it could be better. Um, you know, I think Bo has been really good. I really like Bo
Hmm.
from the first game. Um, I think the Texas game. Um, you can kind of see guys were kind of trying to get in the rhythm, but I'll say this: our offensive line play has been really good. Um, I think the backs have missed a couple lanes a couple of times. There's some runs that could have been big time runs, but guys are kind of just, either not patient or just hitting it in the wrong spot. But I think it's so I say this, it's getting better each week. I feel like just a little bit better. We're
Okay,
not. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, didn't mean to cut you off. I just want to know, as a running back, how important it is to get into a rhythm. You hear some backs say, "I need to get in a rhythm. I need to get those carries so I can get into a rhythm." How important was it to you to be in a rhythm?
So this is the thing. Um, this is what I'll say. Because when you're at Ohio State, you know there's going to be a rotation. So they're not.
Mhm.
So getting in a rhythm is starting on Monday through Friday. That's when you get in your rhythm. That's when you get in the feel for everything. Because then when the game comes, it's just all right. You got to be on it. You got to be ready to go. Like you can't be like, oh, I got to get a couple carries. No, because it's Ohio State, bro. Like the fans don't want to hear, like you just said, I got to get in the rhythm. Um, listen. You come to Ohio State because you're the best of the best, and when it's your time, when you get that ball, you take care of business. Like that's just how it is.
I don't think
It's not fair. It's not fair, but that's
Yeah,
just how it is.
I
But
don't think
that's
any of the
why.
backs have said that though. I don't think any of them have said that. I think it's just something what people try to say as far as like, is that what running backs need to do? Because you hear it all the time from other running backs. Is that the case with Ohio State's? And I would always say I don't think that is. Now with some running backs are different. Like every running back is different. Some running backs need the carries to get them in the rhythm. Others don't. So it's like it just depends on how they're
But
built.
I just feel like that time has that might have been a thing back maybe in my time, like later on. But now, nah, man. Like it's almost like like even like back in the day, like it was like if a freshman played, like that was kind of like a big deal. Now
hmm,
it's
Yeah.
like when you're a freshman, if you're not ready, they looking at you like, yo, we gotta hit the transfer portal. Like we gotta go get somebody because we didn't bring
Which
you
they
in here.
shouldn't.
So that's how I look at when guys be like, yo, I gotta get in the rhythm or no, brother. Like this is right now. Like you got to come ready. Like it's an unfortunate situation. So
Look,
if you're
if
a
you
guy
look,
that needs a lot of carries to get in the rhythm, then you probably shouldn't come here.
I
because
don't think
I mean
Ohio
the
State
days
ever.
of the bell cow, running
Because
back, one guy
hey,
doing all
listen,
those things
listen.
is
I tell
over.
you what. I tell you what. If you got to get in the rhythm, we got a guy like Bo Jackson that's gonna come in here, put his foot in the ground. He gonna get upfield, get a first down, or get a touchdown. So listen, you better figure it out.
No, I don't think any of the running back. No, none of the running backs of Ohio State have said that. That's the thing. I'm saying that's what others like are trying. Like, because again, that's just based on different running backs. And you still have
Yeah,
that going on in the college football today, where some of these running backs really do need their carries. I ain't saying that's Ohio State's running backs. I'm saying that's like some running backs in college football
Some
and even in the NFL. Period. It's just different styles.
I agree. Hey, I agree with you, but times have
Times
changed,
change.
man. Times
Which
have changed. There's no more waiting for a guy to develop. You know how they say, "Hey, we're trying to develop this guy."
well,
No,
actually, at Ohio State, that's still a thing. It's just that you You have to learn it on the fly in some
Yeah,
cases,
yeah,
right? Like
yeah.
they'll still sit freshmen down and have them learn and register. Like they're not just throw these kids out there. Like Ohio State's whole thing is they're all about developing these kids. Now a lot of these other
So,
teams have
so
that.
I will agree with you, but if we had to throw that guy in the game, say our guy that's developed gets hurt, and we got to throw that freshman in
Mhm.
there.
Yeah.
If he don't go in there and perform, and he's not prepared, then our fan base is going. They're gonna
Oh
come
no,
on
we
now.
know. No, that's the thing though, because Ohio State's whole thing is no, these guys are gonna get some
Yeah.
ready.
So
I'll tell you this: like this freshman Turbo Rogers, they believe he's gonna be a dude. His problem
yeah,
is he needs to put on a little bit more weight.
yeah.
That's that's
I
the only thing.
mean. So. I, I say it like this: the difference is when you get the opportunity,
They're gonna take advantage of it.
take advantage of it. So now if you got a
Yep.
guy, obviously, if you got a guy like Jeremiah Smith in front of you, you're not gonna play right away. So that's
Mhm.
understandable. But if Jeremiah
Mhm.
Smith gets hurt and we throw you out there, you better go out there and perform.
Oh, I ain't
That's
worried about
all I'm
the receivers.
saying. You get what
I
I'm
ain't worried
saying?
about the receivers. I ain't worried about the receivers.
You know, I'm just saying in
Yeah.
general, like any
Yeah,
like I'm just using Jeremiah Smith as an example. I think that's just the standards at Ohio State. Is okay. We might have some guys who are superstars and they're doing well, and maybe that's why you're not playing. And that guy's probably going to the NFL next year. But next year, you better be ready. Or when he gets hurt, or when he needs a break, and you come in, you better be ready to go. Like
yeah,
that's just the standard. That's what
yeah.
that's all I'm saying. You know,
Oh no, no
obviously,
doubt.
yeah, we do got guys who, you know, develop whatever or not, however you want to call it. But they're not guys that's not playing because they're not ready. Like if you put them in a game, you put them on another team that's not Ohio State, they probably gonna be starters over there.
Of course.
Like that's just how it is for Ohio State. You know, like we got guys who are third string that can probably be starters at other schools, but when you got guys who are like a Caleb Downs, like
Oh
you're
yeah.
gonna have, you know what I'm saying? Like that's just how it
Yeah.
is.
I think for Ryan Day, his whole thing is he wants to build depth, so he's going to try to get these freshmen and get them developed early and ready. So this way, by the time they come in, they are ready to go, and it's going to be on them on the football field to go out there and show what they can do. That's Ryan Day's whole thing.
Hmm.
Now, some freshmen aren't going to get the opportunity to play immediately. Like you still got some guys
Exactly.
who,
Exactly.
while they are going to be able to get a chance to get on the field, they do need a little bit of work in certain areas. Like I said, with Turbo Rogers, I think that guy's going to be a stud. Look out for Turbo Rogers. Same with Isaiah West. Look out for them
Well,
dudes. But they're both going to redshirt because Ohio State feels like they need a little bit of work here and here. But when it's time for them to get in there, they're going to throw them out there and they're going to be like, okay, we're going to do this with them and we're going to let them go out there and prove themselves. Same with like we talk about the receivers like Mylan Graham. I feel like Mylan Graham last year could have had a chance to play. Even right now, I think he has a chance. I think he's getting some playing time now. And when you look at a freshman
Yeah.
like Quincy Porter, he's going out there showing when he's gotten the opportunity, he's showing that he can do something. Like I think for Ohio
Hmm.
State, their whole thing is we want these guys to be ready right now. But we also know that some of these guys have things they need to work on. So what we're going to do is we're going to set them up for a chance to get ready. We're going to give them a chance when the time is right. And we've seen this like the playoffs, for instance, Tennessee. We did see Bryce West and Eric Scott get in the Tennessee game, and they
Hmm.
showed up. We saw that in the Oregon game. We've seen it with a lot of our younger freshmen in the playoffs because and when they got out there, they showed what they can do. I mean, we just saw Devin Sanchez in the Illinois game. And look, we heard a lot about him because they knew how
Yeah, we
good
sure
he is.
did.
They
We
really
sure
did not
did.
want him to be on the sidelines. So when they had
Yeah.
and they've been putting him in the game as a second stringer because they are so comfortable with their starting lineup of Jermaine, Lorenzo, and David, but they want Sanchez to be out there, so they're going to put him in with the second stringers. But when it was his time, because Lorenzo got hurt, when it was his time to come out there, when it was his time to get on that field, because they moved Jermaine down the slot, they have Iggy on the other side. It's time for you to come in here, kid. He went in there and he did his job. He got
Yeah.
picked on. He was gonna get picked on because he a freshman, but he did
Of
his job.
course, you're
He
supposed
held
to do
up.
that. But he
He
held
held
his
up.
own. He held his own.
He held his own and he did his job. And that's what you
Yep.
ask for out of these guys. It's like, hey, if
Yep.
you could just come in here, be ready. We're not saying you got to be Jeremiah Smith. But come in here and be ready when we need you to be. And that's what he just showed you is look, well, if you need me to come in here, I can do that. Even if you need me to
Right.
sit on the bench, you need me to come in here, I will do that. But Ohio State, I think,
Yeah.
has a plan of how they're going to develop these kids while also giving them the chance to be ready, come in on the field and make an impact. So this way, by the time they get on the field, they will be ready to go by that point.
Yeah.
And you won't hear
Yeah.
no
I mean,
excuses.
honestly, I can honestly say like that's why I said Monday through Friday, Monday through well, I say Monday through Thursday because Friday is like a walkthrough type thing. But
Mm.
Monday through Thursday, I can remember when I was on scout team and I had to, I'm running against James Laurinaitis, Malcolm Jenkins, and all those guys. And when I say every day, I took that those were my game days for me because I wasn't, my freshman year, I redshirted. So that was game day for me. Like, and
That's how
I
they do.
man, listen, like I used to be, I used to go so hard in practice because I wanted them, like, I wanted that opportunity so bad. So the coaches would know, like, yo, when his time comes, we could put him in the
He's
game right
ready.
now if
That's
we needed
exactly
to.
what they do right now. That's exactly what they
Exactly.
do.
That's what I'm
I mean,
saying.
look at
Like,
Bo Jackson. Bo Jackson, like how you knew how Ohio State knew? Because Sean, wasn't there this thing going around that he was smacking his teammates in practice?
yeah,
Like he would
Well, the
run
thing
right.
was, it's like we had an insider tell us that talked to the line coach, and he goes, "Bo Jackson's ready to explode. He should be playing right now." And you can see Bo's the only one out of our backs right now that has that explosiveness. That one, like you said, one plant his foot and he's gone. And I mean,
yeah,
the kid
yeah.
runs hard, fast. He can catch the ball. I mean, you
And
don't
he's
see
one of
more
those
a lot of
guys.
freshmen like
He's one of those guys. He's going to continue to get better
Yeah.
that.
as
Hmm.
the game slows down for him, and as we're saying, developing. I mean, he's playing good and developing at the same time. He's getting comfortable. Like in the game, once that game slow down,
Good luck trying to
All
tackle
you got
him.
to do is react, right? No thinking, you just
man,
react.
man.
Yeah.
And
That's all
but
it is.
he it's crazy because he got that right now. But so that's how I know that he's been during training camp and all of that. That's how I know he was putting in that work, man. Because it don't come like that if you're not working hard in practice.
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
know,
That's why they said that about Sanchez.
yeah, like it's a blessing to play at Ohio State because you're gonna, obviously, you get to play on Saturdays, but man, through the week, man, you're gonna get good work all week. All week, Nick, and it shows every Saturday. When we play against these teams, like these guys aren't just good because they're showing up on Saturday. These guys are putting in that work Monday through Thursday and getting it done. So I think that's the most important thing. And shout out to Coach Day and his staff, man, because they're doing a great job, man. They got these guys playing fast. They're playing loose, and the defense, Jesus, man.
You,
Dude,
you know,
you
Boone,
should hear
we've
how
had a
hard they
lot of
be hitting
people
in
tell us.
practice.
Say that again.
Oh,
I said you
we've had a
I'm
lot.
saying I'm saying you should hear how hard they be hitting in practice, especially the freshmen like Riley Pettijohn. That dude been popping people.
Man, the silver
Again,
bullets are back. You know,
They're
and
only
you can
gone for
tell
and
2 years. They're only gone for two
and you
years,
can
and
tell
it's
them.
because of one bad defensive hire. Once they fix that, that Sylvie Bullies came back in a flash.
yeah, man, yeah, and I love it, man. I actually, as crazy as this may sound, and I'm an offensive guy, but I enjoy watching our defense play more than I enjoy watching our offense play. As crazy as that may sound,
No, that's
because
understandable.
those guys are just they flying around, they're having a good time, man, and you could tell that like they're locked in. Like, and when you know what you're doing and you could play fast, that's everything. Most of the time when kids are, a lot of coaches are throwing a lot at them, and you're trying to pick up the concept and everything. So you're out there kind of hesitant. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to make a mistake. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to get beat. You know what I'm saying? Or make the wrong decision. These guys aren't doing that. they are out there locked in and playing lights out fire. It's crazy.
Well, we saw that with a couple. We saw that with a couple kids last year. They were thinking too much, and they were
Yeah,
always out of position. They were late, and and you can tell when you take that away from them, and they know what they're supposed to do. They can just react and go, and they play a
Yeah,
lot
we saw that
faster,
during the playoff run.
swifter.
We saw that
yeah,
during the playoff
I
run last
mean,
year. These guys didn't have to think a lot. They just went up there and just
yeah.
started
You
cracking
make it
people.
simple. Well, thing is, make it simple. You
yep.
got you got most of the best players in the world. Like, make it simple for them. Let them play fast, and they're gonna react to what's in front of them. Like, don't give them all this stuff where they got to be reading all these different coverages and all that, and be thinking, no, line up, cover 2, 3, whatever you're gonna do. Get in the base and let them guys play. Show some different, show some blitzes. Like, man, that's just how the game goes nowadays. Make it
You know
simple
what's
for the
super funny?
guys.
You know what's super funny is like the last defensive coordinator, he never had talent like this, so I don't think he knew how to use them properly. Whereas like with this defensive coordinator and Matt Patricia, like he's had talent like this before, and when he was in the NFL, he never had that kind of talent for like since what Teddy and Troy. So it's like
Yeah,
when he got to these guys, he was like, "Oh, I know what I'm finna do," because he
right.
knew he was like, "I got
Well,
this level
well,
of talent with this personnel. I knew what I was finna do."
what's crazy is we got. I mean, listen. Our defensive line is young. So
Yep.
the biggest thing with our defense is you basically have a coach on the field in Caleb Downs. That
Mhm.
guy is so smart and can get the guys lined up and do whatever he wants out there. He's literally like a Troy Polamalu, Ed Reed, Sean Taylor. Like he's talented like that. Where it's like a coach might call something and he might do something even totally different because he's just that good at
Yeah.
and he knows the game. You could tell he watches a lot of film, and Mike Dawson should do a lot of stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, we didn't call that blitz, but you just blitzed and you just made a play.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's.
You better
I
make
mean,
it
dude,
though.
when
If
you
you
look at
call,
that
if you
defense
do it,
against Illinois, I mean, bro, like him and Jermaine, especially on that tip ball interception, like because Jermaine got right in that position, him and Caleb Downs, and they got that ball knocked into the air and got it right into Peyton Pierce's hands. And then think about that fumble Jermaine Matthews made as well. Like Caleb Downs,
Yeah,
he has these guys in great positions, but the players themselves also put themselves in great positions. And not only that,
absolutely.
but how Matt Patricia has this defense where he has it where he's showing one thing, but then the Buckeyes are doing a completely different defense. So like you're confused and you're out of sorts because on that
Hey,
blitz that
you
Jermaine
thinking they
Matthews
running?
had,
You thinking they running cover one, and then as soon as the play get going, that they in cover three.
yeah, it's like
well,
dude,
PJ
Jermaine
Fleck said
Matthews on
that they
that
couldn't.
blitz, he did not see Jermaine Matthews at all. He did not know he
Right.
was coming.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. I love it.
PJ
That's why I
Fleck
say
said,
I love watching the defense.
John,
because PJ Fleck said they didn't know what the heck was going on. The first drive they said we figured them out. Then after that they ran a different coverage every freaking play. We didn't know what was going on. We couldn't get a beat on them in the Minnesota game.
you know what'd
That's
be
the best
funny is
defense
like
I've seen in 4 years.
I think that Matt Patricia does that on purpose. Like, unlike our previous defensive coordinator, he would just let them score. He really just lets them drive down the field on the first one to feel them out to see what their offense is all about. Now, come the red zone, he's gonna make sure they get a stop, no doubt. Like you're only
Right.
getting three,
Right.
but
Right.
but he's gonna let you drive down so he can figure out your offense. And then once he figures out your offense, he's got a plan put in place for that.
For sure. For sure. For sure.
That's
For
one of the
Who
sure.
best
would you
parts.
say was who was the toughest guy that you ever had to go against when you played defensively? That just was just a son of a gun to play against.
Oh man. So you got to think. My sophomore year, I went up against my first game ever starting. Benny was hurt. He had a toe situation, and I started my first game at USC.
Ooh.
Uh,
Against that USC team, jeez.
Cushing,
exactly. They
Malaga,
had
Malaga,
they had Ray
Matthews.
Maluga, Taylor Mays. Man, that team was. I think that whole defense went to the NFL.
They
So
did.
I would
Yeah,
say as a young player, playing against that team was very humbling and let me know like, hey, this is next level now. Like this is what you come to Ohio State for, and this is what you better be ready for. Um, but as far as
That was your
toughest,
welcome to college football.
exactly. Toughest player,
Would you say it was any
man.
of the players on USC?
Yeah, all those guys were pretty good. Me and Taylor Mays we had a real good collision. I think it was '09 when they came to Ohio State. He was just a big giant safety man that looked like a freaking DN playing safety,
Yeah.
and he used to bring it. Anytime we played Penn State, Devin Steele was good. They had a linebacker. What the, I forgot his name. He was real good. But I would have to say overall that USC defense was probably the best I saw in my college playing days.
All right. Best. Do you want to guess now? Who was the best you played with?
Like best teammate or best
Yeah,
player
best
that I
teammate.
played with.
Best, best player that you. I mean, and your time at Ohio State, who was the best player you played with on offense?
Man,
That's
that
tough to
is
pick one. Maybe you can name a
man.
couple then.
So yeah, I mean, obviously, playing with Beanie was great. Beanie's one of my best friends. Um, so we talk all the time, and man, he was a good one to play behind and learn a lot from. But as far as an athlete, just crazy athlete, TP was Terrell was unreal. Um, Braxton Miller, unreal. Um, guys like that is just I would
They just
say yeah, just different. And I had Braxton when he was young. I had Braxton as a freshman, so it was like seeing him do the things that he did was just like, man, this dude is gonna be. He's special, and that's why he's in the Hall of Fame now.
What
Um,
was it like seeing that spin move live, man? That spin move he would do. What was it like
oh,
seeing that in practice, man? Because that's
in-
nasty. Whew.
insane, man. I mean, that's why I say he's such an athletic guy, and that's why I could say Terrell and Braxton because they're guys who, um, they play quarterback in college, but then you go to the NFL and play wide receiver. Like that's, I mean, you got to be super talented to do that. And those guys
Yeah.
are special. Yes, son. Sorry.
Oh no, it's all good. So you want to say hi?
You want to say
Tell him
hi?
say hi if he wants.
Say go Bucks.
awesome.
Go Bucks.
Go
Go tell
Bucks.
mama. Yeah. So
Future Buckeye. Huh?
Oh yeah, he definitely a Buckeye. Okay, I got you. I'll do it for you. Okay. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, you
Oh,
good.
that's okay. I got 10-year-olds. You're good.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my son BJ. He's 3 years old. Um, so his real name is obviously Daniel, like mine. My real name is Daniel. For the people that don't know, a lot of people don't even know what my real name is. But so we call him BJ for obviously Boom Junior. So yeah, that was BJ. That was his 2 minutes of fame. There you go.
It's like my
Awesome.
dog.
Hey, man. Cool.
Yeah, yeah.
What was the most memorable game of your Ohio State career?
Um. Hmm. I mean, it's hard, man, because you playing so many great games. I would say the Sugar Bowl with the Rose Bowl. Rose Bowl was special. Because that was a lot of fun, man. You know, going to Pasadena, going out there, beating Oregon. We were the underdogs, and beating those guys. That was big time. Every time we beat Michigan, that was big time. I think my career. Um, I think I got like see the 5 or 6 touchdowns against those guys. So it's just thank you, thank you. Um, it's one of those. Every time we beat Michigan for sure. The Iowa game was big time when we beat them to go to the Rose Bowl. That was a lot of fun. Um, so yeah, those are a couple games that kind of stuck out to me for sure.
And
I
speaking
have
of
one
this,
question.
go ahead, Sean.
There's one question I want to ask you about your pro career. What was it like playing with Peyton Manning?
So I didn't play with Peyton. I played with Andrew Luck.
Oh, you played with Andrew Luck.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
what was it like
I
playing with
was
Andrew Luck? My bad.
I was no, you good. I was with Andrew Luck, but he wasn't Peyton, but he was as close. He was very close. Luck was he's probably top two smartest people I've ever been around in my life. The guy is a freaking genius, and a heck of an athlete. Obviously, he had some injuries and things like that you know had gave him a shorter career than we all wanted him to play. But man, he was great. He was great.
Uh, you talked about the Michigan rivalry. Let's talk about that a little bit. What is your fate? What does the Ohio State Michigan rivalry mean to you personally? And do you have a favorite moment against them that still stands out today?
Yeah, I had a 98-yard run that got called that didn't get called back, but it got shortened. And I tied the longest run with Archie Griffin. It was like 89 yards. Yes, yes. Hold on, BJ. Okay, man.
Kids.
Sorry.
Well, man, you have given us almost an hour of your time. Before we let you go, is there anything you wanna promote? You got any businesses going on? Anything you wanna tell the fans about?
So I have been working with Devere Posey and Braxton Miller. We have an after-school program called Empower. That's been going very well. I helped them out with the school in Toledo. They have it going on in Columbus. They have some in Cleveland, the Cleveland area, and I think it's going to be like the next big thing. Far as just helping the kids out, inner city schools, and just kids all around Ohio, and hopefully we could take it, nationally and get them all around because you know we all love the kids, and I think it's just a better opportunity for them to be around guys like ourselves, guys who are young leaders and want to see better for the kids.
Are you in the Toledo area then?
So I'm in Detroit area, so that's why it's kind of easier for me to get to that get to the Toledo area.
Okay, because I'm like 40 minutes from Toledo, so that's why I asked.
Oh, okay. All right. Hey, so look, we'll have to connect sometime then. Off
Yeah,
camera,
I'm so
yeah,
grab
jealous
no
of you
lunch or
doubt,
two.
man.
something, or if you like the golf
Yeah,
or anything like that, we'll figure it out.
I'm not a great golfer, but I'd love to meet you sometime. Grab a meal or something and just talk, man. It'd be awesome.
Oh yeah, we could definitely do that. We'll exchange numbers. Halloween stuff. You want to talk about Halloween, man?
It's only the 13th.
What's it gonna be?
My son is so excited about Halloween. Like every time we go to the store, we gotta buy something new to put up at the house, inside the house or outside of the house. I got like four blow up things, this big bluey thing outside, and skeletons and everything. So yeah, man, he's really looking forward to Halloween. I think that's his favorite holiday. that your favorite holiday?
Yeah.
It usually is Jesus' favorite holiday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoa.
TG, any more questions for Mr. Herron before we let him go?
Nah, how about we just let him go ahead and take care of his kid?
Hey,
So look, we could
you got
do
an open.
a. So look, we'll end it by this to be continued because I feel like
Okay.
we still got to talk a lot about a lot more stuff, you know. So we could set up another time and finish this up, man.
Heck
And I
yeah.
appreciate you guys having me come on, man. And anytime you need me to come on and just kind of just talk, I love talking football. I love talking sports, man. So anytime you guys need me, I'll come on.
Dad.
And we
Thanks.
also got a couple other shows on the channel, so there'll be an opportunity if you want to come on some of the other shows too. We can get you on. TG has a show on Thursdays, the Buckeye Ladies. I'm sure her and Mika would love to have you on. So
Anytime you need me, just let me know.
Or
I
if you
love
want to,
helping. I
you can
love
come on the
helping
round
people
table.
out. I love helping people out, especially people who are Ohio State people, Ohio State fans. I think we kind of all in this together. I think we have to continue to build each other up, help each other out, and just keep spreading the word, man.
Yeah, and if you want to, you can
awesome.
always come on the Ohio State roundtable with Eric and our friend Chris and Corey or Alex. They do it every Sunday.
Okay, just let me know. I'll come on.
Yeah.
Thank you coming
We
on for me.
appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you
Thanks for
guys,
coming
man.
on, man. It's an honor to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you guys as
Thanks
well, and
again.
looking forward to talking to you soon.
You're looking
If you
forward
want
to
to
the
hold on a second when we cut off, I got something to ask you. So,
Okay, okay, sounds good.
guys, like we always end it, go ahead, TG. How do we end this?
OH.
I
Oh,
Go Bucks and Scum still
no,
sucks.
Hey, I
oh.
like that.
Not